get right into it, I'll let Aaliyah introduce our guest.
So tonight we are joined by Greenville, South Carolina native and Brooklyn Nets center Nick Claxton.
Give it up for Nick Claxton. Yes, sir. Appreciate you for joining us, Nick. Appreciate you.
Pleasure being here.
All right, Nick, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing great. Seeing the turnout, it's our first one. I'm in a good place right now.
For sure. So we're just going to hop right in. We're going to go all the way back to your college days. You actually had the opportunity to stay in South Carolina for college, but you chose to go to the University of Georgia instead. Can you walk us through that process of what made you make that decision?
Well, my college decision, it came down to like 5 schools. I took 5 official visits, and it came down to the fit and where I felt the most comfortable. And, growing up, both of my parents went to UGA. My dad, he played there. He played basketball there, and everything was always red and black UGA. So it was just a natural fit. I almost ended up going to Florida State, but at the end of the day, my heart was at Georgia.
You knew that's where you were supposed to be? Yeah. And at Georgia, you wore the number 33. You're currently wearing number 33 for the Brooklyn Nets as well. So is there a significance behind that number?
Yeah, the number 33 means everything to me. I'm big on angel numbers, 333, 33. My dad wore number 33. My family, we wear the number 33. My brothers, cousins, we all rock it. And, I think it's power in numbers, personally. And so, yeah, that's where the number 33 came from.
Gotcha.
Awesome. So we'll go ahead and transition to you actually going into the league. Like Aaliyah said, you were number 33. My first question for you would be, what was the most challenging part of transitioning to the NBA?
The most challenging part of transitioning to the NBA, I would have to say just the culture shock of living in New York, coming from a small town like Greenville, South Carolina, and going to school at the University of Georgia, which is also in the South. Just all the people, the culture, it was different for me, but I've grown to love it. It's gonna be my 5th year in New York now, so I'm definitely adapting, and I've grown to love New York, and I think the city loves me.
No, for sure. So would you consider the 2022-2023 basketball season your breakout year?
Yeah, this past season was really good. I made some big strides. It's only the beginning, but I was able to impact the game in a lot of different ways. There was a lot going on as far as the team with guys coming in, guys leaving, but personally, I was able to weather the storm and make a lot out of this past season.
All right, so I'm going to kind of get the crowd involved. How many basketball fans do I have out here? Make some noise. Make some noise, though. So these are the questions that I know you guys really want to hear from Nick. What has been your toughest matchup so far? And who is the toughest player to guard?
Toughest matchup so far, tougher players to guard. I'll have to say Jokic, guys like Jokic, Jason Tatum, guarding KD in practice, and somebody said Embiid. Those are all tough matchups, but those are also the matchups that it's just easy for me to get up for, just knowing I gotta go up against a guy like that and knowing that I'm gonna be an island, and that'll be who I need to go up against.
All right, so my last Brooklyn question for you would be, who has been your favorite teammate thus far and why?
My favorite teammates. I've had some great teammates, some great mentors. I learned a lot from a lot of different guys, but if I had to pinpoint a couple, I would say probably Karis LeVert, who was on the team my first couple years in Brooklyn. And why is just because our relationship off the court, and also Kyrie, our relationship is just so much bigger than basketball, and I've learned a lot from him, not just in basketball, but just about life. A lot of people, he may get a bad rap, but that's my brother, and I've learned a lot from him.
All right. Well, talking about transitioning to the league, I'm sure that wasn't an easy transition for you. So who would you say posed as a mentor for you, getting you comfortable and getting, familiar with things?
Yeah, who posed as a mentor for me when I got to the league? I had a lot of teammates who have done a lot of great things in the league. I was able to watch them, the Kevin Durant's, the Kyries, the James Hardens, the Blake Griffins, just a lot of different dudes that I was able to learn a lot from, and that's extremely important. But it just also was, to me, I think even more important, just having the right people in your circle, the right people around you day to day, because it's not always going to be easy, in the days where you may get beat up a little bit in practice or even in training camp, like my first year where I didn't get many reps. Just having the right people in your ear that are positive and real with you, no matter what you're doing, is also extremely important.
Definitely. So what are some things or words of advice that you think stood out to you that really helped you push through?
It's cliche, but words of advice, just the sacrifices, the determination that you have to have in order to achieve success in anything you do in life, whether it's a basketball, whether it's in any working field. You have to make those sacrifices on a day-to-day, and it's not always going to be fun. It's not always going to be easy. There may be days where you're not feeling it, but those are days where you go even harder.
And looking into the future, with all your hard work that you're putting in, what are some goals that you have set for yourself in the future years?
Ooh, that's a loaded question. Goals. Well, first I'll start with off-the-court goals, just to continue to inspire people, to inspire others around the world here in Greenville, continuing to grow my brand, my name. I really feel like the sky's the limit. And as far as basketball goes, Defensive Player of the Year, All-NBA, just working and becoming the best version of myself, and whatever happens from that happens, and I'll be happy with the results.
No, for sure. So that's a perfect transition into who is Nick Claxton off the basketball court. So that would be my question for you. So who is Nick outside of basketball?
Nick Claxton outside of basketball. I'm a big family man. I love my family, my close friends. Growing up, that's what I had. That's what meant the most to me. I'm big on my faith, just trusting in God in whatever I do. We can't do anything without Him. And just honestly, that's a good question, because just continuing to try to grow my brand off the court, seeing what I want to do when I'm finished playing basketball, when the basketball stops bouncing. I'm going into year 5, and that's honestly what I'm kind of in the process of figuring out right now. So it's all a journey.
No, for sure. So what are some off-the-court moves that you are plan on making in the future, if you don't mind sharing with us, and some things that you might be working on right now?
Yeah, fashion. Fashion for me is big, especially being in New York City, and I have a certain, I like fashion. I like looking good. You look good, you feel good. And
I think we if you can go to the slide of Nick's fashion, I think we actually have one up here. Yeah, what y'all think about that? Y'all rate his fit for me. Oh, hold on now. Y'all gotta show Nick some more love. That's kind of drippy right there. Hold on.
Yeah, so fashion is big. I'm involved in the NBPA with the NBA, the Players Association, which is a union where we take care of the players, have the players' best interests. So, and like I said, I'm making that transition, maybe some real estate things, and it's a part of my growing up process.
Awesome. So if someone wanted to collaborate with you on a project, how would they get connected with you?
If someone wanted to collaborate on a project with me, you can go through, honestly, one of the best ways is going through my parents. My parents handle a lot of that. My agent, I'm with CAA. That's probably the best way to collaborate, and I'm always open to new ideas.
That's good to know. So everybody, if you want to get in contact, you know what to do. You've been very successful on and off the court. So what would you say is your personal key to success?
My personal key to success. I'm going to go back to the sacrifices, just not doing what everybody else is doing, being yourself, being confident in yourself, taking the good days with the bad days. Everything is not always going to be great. My journey, I wasn't always the guy that was highly touted coming out of high school. So just continuing to working on your craft every single day, no matter what. You know, I've had times where I had a labrum surgery, and before I really made any type of name for myself in the league, and things were tough for me. So just sticking the course, enjoying the journey, the highs and the lows, and believing in yourself.
So there's definitely, like you said, highs and lows within the journey. So how do you make yourself be able to push through those highs and lows, the adversity? What makes you be able to get through that?
What helped me push through that was the people around me, my faith. Like I said before, just keeping the right people in your circle. Surrounding myself around love, around positivity, around real people, and just keeping my circle tight.
And I'm sure a part of, dealing with the good and bad, we have to take into account mental health these days. So how do you deal with, making sure your mental health is straight through the journey?
Mental health is everything. That's something that's been highlighted a lot, within the last few years. People are starting to take it more serious. Me personally, I've talked to therapists in the past. That was helpful for me, and it's also helpful just being able to call on my friends or family no matter where I am in the world. If things are going great, if things aren't going so well, that's personally what I do. But yeah, mental health is definitely something that we need to focus on. The mental is honestly just probably more important than the physical.
Yeah, definitely. I agree for sure. And my last question that I'm going to leave you with is, what's a piece of advice that you would give anyone in here that is looking to pursue a dream?
Piece of advice, just never let anybody tell you can't do something, no matter what it is in life. If that's what you feel like, that's what you want to achieve, just go after it and work at it every single day. And at the end of the day, you'll get there. And if you don't, you'll get close, and just continue to work on that dream, on that journey, and no matter what that may be.
All right, well, thank you so much, Nick, for joining us. Congratulations on everything you have going on and everything that you'll achieve in the future. Give it up for Nick Claxton.
Yeah, give it up.
Say this what happened when we link up. We start doing things they never knew we think of. Greatness is what we on the brink of. Throw your hands in the sky if you a dreamer. Say put your hands in the sky if you a dreamer. Throw your